How's it going with your parents living with you?
It's great.
Really?
You say that as if it's not.
I don't know. I'm sure I love my dad. I don't want him to live with me.
Oh, it's been completely fine. And what you're trying to get me to say is what we were talking about.
No, I don't want you to say
that. What I was saying is it's almost like life as a dad with a kid and like making supper and all, like it's having them live with us has become a little too easy for me.
I get that.
I haven't mowed the lawn for the last 2 times. Not that I really cooked supper before, but I haven't cooked supper a single time.
So a little back.
I'll clean up and do all that because they're still figuring out where all the dishes go and stuff. But yeah, it's just like I was telling you guys before. This is just it's becoming a little too easy, and I don't get me wrong. It's been awesome, but I don't feel like it should be this easy.
Well, a little backstory. Ryan's folks are building a new house, and they sold their old one, right? So
correct. Yeah,
they're just bridging the gap until the new one's built, living with Ryan. And I've met your mom. I've never met your dad. Your mom's a sweetheart, so I'm sure she's a breeze to live with. If my dad moved in with me, I would be giving him so many chores. And anytime he said anything, well, if you want to live under my roof,
the karma came
but I also lived under their roof for 17 years for free.
And so he lived under I lived under his for 18 years, and I had responsibilities if I wanted to live there. If he wants to live with me, he's got responsibilities.
Or pay rent.
Yep.
Well, no, he did pay rent once he turned 18. You turned 18
so
before
now
you
your
graduated?
dad's going to pay rent per day.
$100 a month.
You turned 18 before you graduated?
Yeah.
Okay.
I turned 18 in November, so I had to pay like 7 months of rent. Actually, more than that, because I had to pay until college. So I had to pay until August or whatever fall football camp started.
I turned 18 after I graduated. So like 2 months before I went to college.
What was your dad's go-to line to you as a kid when you were like not wanting to do something? I know your dad's a good guy, but I'm trying to think. Just slide the line in there at one point just to see his reaction.
Well, there wasn't. There's not a specific line that comes to mind. When I was being told to do something, it was tough to get me to do shit when I was younger. Like, hey, go out and my dad ran a landscaping business for about 10 years, and our duties were to go water the plants because we had a big backyard and we stored all the plants that customers could buy in the backyard.
Yeah, so like a greenhouse or whatever.
No, they were in big pots. They just were out. Landscape plants, and it was my brother and I's duty to go out and water them every day, and to get me to go out and water them was I cannot imagine. If my kid does that to me, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off.
And he didn't have a go-to line that would get you to do it?
Not that I can think of, but I would definitely get
true. The back of the hand is nonverbal.
I would definitely get my ass reamed if I didn't go and do it, because this is my dad's business, and if his plants
is lively, it keeps the lights on where you live.
Yeah, and also at that time, I think I was getting paid like $8.25 an hour. Damn. So if I watered plants it usually took me like an hour, I'd put 2 down.
You're just cheating, you're costing your dad money.
Well, not really, because he's paying he's paying me money that I would have had to ask for anyways had I not had it.
Yeah, but you're also cheating your time card.
That's right off, dude.
You're getting $16.50, not $8.25.
So yeah. I can't think of an exact line, but I was definitely.
You were the shit out of the 2 brothers.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I've only met
it's the younger brother.
Yeah,
it's the younger brother syndrome. But it's been good. I need things to become a little bit more, maybe just a little bit more difficult, because again, it's been a little too easy for me.
God, what could you do to just get a little strife? I think if your parents start doing a chore, just start doing it yourself.
They have been doing chores. That's the thing.
I know. You just mowing
the lawn.
Cut in.
Just say they're doing it wrong.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, can you mow this differently for me?
You're not doing it the way I like it here. I'll just do it instead.
It's just.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
There has to be a little bit of drama. You can't have your parents live with you for this long without there being any drama. It's the rules of life.
But
It can't be this perfect.
But that's really not the family dynamic that we have.
I know, but everyone else is you need to have
Like if you and your dad live together right now,
we'd last a week
for sure. But we don't have that family dynamic.
Yeah, but you got it. There has to be something, dude. You have to.
Tyler, you can't
revert to your
drama
shit.
within a family.
No, I'm not
it's
saying
just not
that-
healthy for a family to have that.
It is healthy. It brings you together.
No, it doesn't.
The struggle.
You
Okay,
struggle
you
makes you
gotta go over
stronger.
one night and just start drama.
I'm gonna like just leave things around that are gonna start drama.
And like if something is left out, I understand because hey, they don't know. Like they've never lived with us. They don't know where this wine glass or this fucking butter dish goes yet. I don't even know where that shit goes, you guys.
I believe that.
There's shit that I'll put next to my espresso machine when I'm unloading the dishwasher. It's like that little corner back by the espresso machine.
No man's land.
Yeah, no man's land. I'll just put it there if I don't know where it goes.
Yeah, I do the same shit when I'm unloading the dishwasher. If there's like, I know where like 90% of stuff goes, but like our little fucking bullet blender or whatever the hell, the thing you press and it blends, I don't know where that goes. So anything like that's unique like that just goes on the island.
Yeah, for me, it's usually like it's the specialty like dishware where you pull it out once a quarter.
I've lived in my house for 3 years. I still don't know where the crock pot's stored.
It's probably in a closet.
We don't have a pantry closet. I don't know where she puts it.
Well, it's probably under the sink then. Like
No.
it's I guarantee it's in a bottom. You have an island with cupboards.
Yeah, it doesn't go in those cupboards. Those are for pots and pans.
It's probably in.
My guess is
Look in the
above
back.
the fridge, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I watched the crock pot thing the other day, put it back in the little temperature deal, and then I woke up in the morning and it was put away. I had no idea where it went.
dude, I could.
It's in my house somewhere.
You should probably go like look around.
She probably keeps it in the fucking laundry room or something.
Probably. I mean, that's where we keep a lot of stuff like a crock pot, like mini crock pots, or those big warmers that they have at pancake feeds and
Potlucks
shit,
and stuff,
potlucks. Those are in the laundry room.
Huh. I think, is your mom very tidy?
They're both pretty clean.
I think the only chance we have is your mom reorganizing something.
Yeah, I don't. They're more of a hey, we'll just learn where it goes. Again, Tyler, we're trying to come up with something, but there isn't.
I'm
really.
not trying to. You gotta. I don't want it to happen. I do want it to happen. There needs to be just at some point you turning into your dad to your dad a little bit. There has to be that. I just want you to have to sit down your dad on the couch and be like, can we talk for a second?
That's not how my family works, Tyler.
I just need
You're
it.
projecting.
Everyone else I know, this would happen or they would want it to
Would
happen.
it happen with you, Trevor, if your parents moved in?
No,
Thank you.
Would you
Noah?
want to have to lecture your dad at some point?
no, because I think he'd still kick my ass.
But he's under your roof.
Rick.
Yeah, but he could just kick my ass. So I just there's
Okay,
nothing.
so now
There's nothing to go.
Well, now we're projecting different things here.
Yeah, I don't want you to fight him.
Farmer Rick would.
I would never yell at him.
My parents, yes. Tayden's parents, no. We wouldn't have issues.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that I think that my parents we'd coast for a little while, but like the shit would hit the fan fast.
You're right. I could do like a week, maybe 2 weeks before any sort of drama happens.
Yeah.
Dude, it'd be great. I get home cooked meals every night.
Well, I was gonna say, and like how
I'm chilling.
I can't manufacture drama when I'm like there's suppers made like when I get home, which is I mean that's how it was with, like when my parents weren't living with us. My wife, I'd have supper ready. It's I live a good life, you guys. Okay, I fucking get it.
How long?
And then free babysitting, free lawn mowing. It's like
You know what it would be? My dad's such a fucker with my kids where like I'll tell him to do something and he'll be like, you don't have to do that. And
that is not okay.
yep. And then dad was at my house the other day just visiting and he had done that like 3 times. And then he told my kids to do something and they didn't listen. And I'm like, that's your fucking problem.
Yeah.
You taught them this.
Yes.
I'm like, maybe if somebody didn't tell them they didn't have to listen to their father, they would be listening to their grandpa.
Yeah, that's a good point. But grandparents, they're in a great spot because except for mine for the next 5 or 6 months, they get to come enjoy the kids and then they just get to leave without them.
Yep.
So they can kind of it's free game.
Yes. Anyway, what episode are we on?
204.
204.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Double Bogey Show, episode 204. We are presented by Nicolay Law, only the best. God, I had another legal question. I had another legal question banked up, forgot about it. It was something about...
You know what I'm going to do? You do this ad read. I'm going to text Russell and schedule the episode he's coming on.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. You talk about him. You tell everyone how great he is.
I don't remember the exact context, but the legal question that I was brewing up was if you're in a cart and you were to get hurt on that cart, who's liable for that? Now, you get hurt in a way where it's like, hey, maybe there was like a down branch that you like didn't see coming around a corner, ran over it with your cart, it came up and like poked you in the eye and you like went blind or something. I think that's along the lines of what I was thinking. Who's liable when it comes to cart injuries?
I think some courses make you sign when you get carts, don't they?
Well, they make you sign.
So I think you're waiving
to
your...
to check the card out. So
you're actually, when you sign those cart things, you're just accepting all responsibility of the cart. It's nothing to do with you like being injured or anything like that. It's like if you fuck up the cart, you have to pay for it.
Interesting. Okay. That makes sense. But yeah, just another question being raised because, come fall time, we had a lot of fog back in 90 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have some storms rolling in. There might be some down trees. Might run into some issues.
We had hella fog on Friday. Somebody put that clock down. We set a timer.
Yes, we did. 90 days from Friday. What was the date on Friday?
It would have been
August 23rd.
Yep.
So
hey Siri, in 83 days, remind me to check the weather at 9 a.m.
Something went wrong.
Well, no, Tyler, it would be 90 days from last Friday.
It'd be
I just thought
November
83 would be close.
21st.
November 21st. Okay, so right before Thanksgiving, massive snowstorm coming in. Mark it on the calendars. Anyway,
You better hope that's wrong.
award-winning personal injury lawyer, Russell Nicolay, flagship sponsor of the podcast. We appreciate you, Russell. NicolayLaw.com. If you guys are injured at work, injured anywhere else, and just have questions, reach out to Russell. Fear the beard. No judge, no jury likes to see him walk into the courtroom
shaking in their robes.
Yep. So NicolayLaw.com. Okay. First thing I want to start out with. We moved the pod release to Thursday. That means we film them on Wednesdays. Wednesday is a tough day because it's right
Hump
in the
day.
It's right the day before pro tournaments start, and it's 3 days after
They end.
pro tournaments end. So I'm trying to remember back as to what was happening, but remembering back to last week, we went out and shot videos at the infamous Cottonwood Golf Course.
Yes,
Castleton, North Dakota.
love it. It's one of my favorite small town courses.
It is great.
Like honestly, the 2 9-holers west of Fargo. If you ever want to just golf some pure, genuine, down to earth, small town 9-hole courses, Leonard and Castleton are where you're going to find
Leonard and Castleton are awesome. Fertile, Minnesota is also another good one. Whenever I've had multiple people just out of nowhere say like, yeah, I went and golfed Fertile the other day.
Dude,
and I'm like,
it's kind of a little destination course in northern Minnesota.
Like, dude, how sick was the cliff hole?
Mhm.
And they're like, fucking smash 5 balls off there or whatever.
Yeah, our buddy smashed a turtle off of there.
Yeah.
Mitch ran over
Thanks,
a turtle on that hole and then crashed the drone.
So some of the best rounds that we play, we don't even really, they're not even counted as rounds because we're going out to shoot videos. We're pausing, we're hitting multiple shots to.
Dude, every time we shoot that, I start the round caring.
That's because we don't film on hole 1.
Right.
We get into the course and feel it out.
Yep. And I'm keeping track on 18 birdies. And then by the time we're on hole 6, I'm like 3 holes behind and I just punch in random scores. I'm like, I probably bogeyed that. I probably doubled that, whatever.
Yeah. When I started
it's just like, why do I even attempt 18 birdies when we're shooting?
Well, that's a good question because I did the same thing. I just started punching random scores. Actually, I bumped my handicap up.
And there you go.
It went, I went from an 8-1 to an 8-5
Hell yeah.
by punching in random scores. So, hey, you can, I mean, shame me all you want for flubbing scores, but my handicap just went up to 8-5. So, I love these rounds because we can fuck around. We can kind of do whatever we want. I say that because there was like 2 other groups on the course.
No, so we
weren't even around us.
We had a 2:00 tee time on a Friday. And I called to ask, and she kind of chuckled. I'm like, do you guys have anything open for 4 at 2:00? She's like, yeah, we do. And I show up, and I showed up before everybody else, and I go in to pay. And she's like, you are our only tee time right now, and the only tee time for the rest of the day. And then by the time we were on the first green, there was 2 groups behind us.
And then when we were rolling in the parking lot, who would have known? The high school female golfers are following.
They showed up again.
No shot.
Same team.
Wasn't Northern Cast, Central Cast this time.
They
Big
were
rivalry.
They were there last time too. Remember, they were on the putting green.
I do.
The Northern Cast girls golf team,
Central Cast
girls golf team keeps following us around.
No, Northern Cast was in Mapleton. Central Cast was at Cottonwood.
Central Cast was there too. Both the casts.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Anyway, my favorite part of
shouts to them, by the way. I hope you're having a great fall season.
My favorite part about our round last Friday was Jake had one of the biggest revelations of all time.
Oh my God.
Could Jake just not hit a driver right? Oh, he was skying his driver up in the air.
Skying his driver had I wouldn't call it a slice. It was in between a true fucking slice and a hard fade. It was right in between there.
And he was hitting the ball higher than he was farther.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
So I'm like, dude, you got any chapstick? Just throw some chapstick on there. And
There's like one really cool tee box at Castleton. It's like across a river next to the train tracks and elevated, right? And so that's the one where you swing hard. You try to bomb a driver at Castleton.
Yeah, swing hard. Hopefully get lucky.
Yep.
So Jake's like, I got chapstick in my bag. So he goes and he grabs his chapstick in his bag and this is what, hole 5?
Hole 5.
He proceeds to play hole 5 through 9 with chapstick on his driver face. And I shit you not, you guys. He was hitting balls 260 to 270 straighter than an arrow.
Yeah, so I did this. I did it as well. I must have put on too much.
You did, dude, because this is wild. Go ahead.
I take my drive fully chapsticked up, and it's perfectly straight, but it goes 180 yards and knuckleballs.
It was
the whole way.
It was a true Tim Wakefield knuckleball.
Yeah.
I could not believe it.
I mean, it found the fairway, which is great, but it did not go anywhere. So I had to have put way too much chapstick on.
You fucking gooped it on.
And then Jake goes, hammers his drive perfectly straight. And we're like, no way. Well, let's try it again. Hits a second drive on the same hole. Same exact spot. He's like 6 yards from his first ball. And then the rest of the round dialed with his driver.
I can believe it because we've done it before and we know that the chapstick trick works because it just reduces the spin on your ball.
Yeah, I've never seen it in play. I've always seen it like when we did it, we were at the driving range. I've never seen someone actually do it and use it in play. And it was a huge weapon for Jake.
Oh my God, dude. You guys, it was unbelievable. Holes 5 through 9, striping drives. And I think it was like hole 8, striped one. I'm like, hit another. I'm like, you got to hit another one. I need to see one go left or right. Hits another one, damn near the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolutely piped. So I said, Jake, you got it. Because Jake's I don't know, Jake's probably what, a 21 to 25 handicap.
I would say he's better than that. He's gotten a lot better this summer. I would give him high teens.
I'm like, Jake, you gotta just start playing with chapstick on your driver. I said, you got to start playing with chapstick on your driver just to see what that would do to your score.
He does now.
If you were able to hit fairways with your driver, which he doesn't often. None of us really do often.
So he played Rose Creek the other day.
9 holes.
Which is one of the harder public courses in Fargo. Not the front 9, which is the harder of the 2 9s. And he played with his buddies, did not tell them his driver was chapstick.
Nope. They're not
And-
playing for money or anything either.
And
So it's
they're both better golfers than him, and he proceeds to beat them by 4 strokes.
and he shot. I think he shot 42.
Lower than that. I thought it was like a 40 or a 39.
No, it wasn't in the 30s. I think it was 42.
Still.
But Jake has also never broke. I don't think Jake's ever broken 90.
Nope.
So when I asked him about it, I said, "Are you going to continue to do this?"
And
I said, "Because you kind of gotta, you gotta proceed on with this." He's like, and he was honest about it. He's like, it's too cheat. It's too much cheating. It's too far cheating to where I don't really feel comfortable in continuing to do it, which I have respect for that.
it does sort of feel like using a corked bat,
Big time.
which is that there's really the bad juju around using a corked bat or like putting bouncy balls in your aluminum bat, like shit like that. It does feel like that. So I get it. Like you got to draw a line in the sand somewhere. Like we're taking illegal mulligans and foot wedges and not dropping in the perfectly correct spot. You do have to draw
There's
a line in
gotta
the
be a
sand.
line drawn.
I think I would absolutely do it in all my rounds that don't matter. I'm with Jake. I wouldn't do it if I was playing you for money. I wouldn't do it in a
No,
competitive scramble.
That's scummy.
Yeah.
That is very scummy.
I would do it if you like pull the group ahead of time. Be like, hey, should we put chapstick on our drivers? If you don't want to, can I?
Well, it's also like, I mean, you could do it this way too. It's like if you are playing somebody for money that's better than you, you could just work it out in a way by saying,
You let me cheat and then give me 0 strokes.
correct. That's
Yeah.
exactly where I was going with it. Hey, we'll play straight up. Let's say, Tyler, let's say you and I were playing straight up.
Because normally you would give me like what, 6 strokes?
6 or 7 strokes.
Yep.
Hey, you can chapstick your driver, but we're playing straight up.
Yeah, done deal. I would do that in a heartbeat.
I think I think it's a perfectly
Well, actually,
fine
maybe
trade-off.
not me because I would only hit it 180 yards knuckleball every time.
Yeah,
But-
you'd get. I mean, your lips would start getting dry. You'd have to transfer some of that over. Now, what would be? And Jake's other point too is like, well, like I have to learn eventually how to somewhat hit a driver without chapstick. And also, like, hey, what if you roll? What if it's a super hot day? You forget your clubs in the back of your car for the last 5 days. It's fucking piping hot in your vehicle. You take your chapstick out and it's just gone. It all melted away into like the cap, or it's gone.
I think that's because the chapstick we used that he pulled out of his bag was deformed as fuck. So I think that had already happened. And
Okay,
it just
no issues there then.
re-solidified.
No issues there.
I'm going to just keep a tub of Vaseline.
Vaseline
my
works.
bag.
Blistix works really well. I haven't gotten into Burt's Bees or Carmex yet.
We got to find out the best chapstick for cheating.
We do. We really do. I have yet to play around with chapstick on my driver, but I think I'm going to.
Yeah.
And I'll put it out into the open. Say like, hey, I'm gonna cheat.
Just so you guys know, I'm cheating today.
Yeah. Hey, don't be alarmed if I stripe every single fairway that we roll up to. It's because of the chapstick on my driver.
I am breaking the rules.
So yeah, that was kind of a highlight because I've never seen Jake hit a ball like that before ever. I think he found his match. His match
for sure.
His match in life. And that being I mean, he could also use the Vaseline for other things too,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
He could.
So
He could put the chapstick on his lips.
You could do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I didn't play golf this last weekend though.
Me either.
I went to Zach Bryan in the Cities.
Hell yeah.
And the main story I wanted to tell on You Betcha Radio yesterday was how I ran through the thrift stores in Minnesota. One of the better finds I had, it was a FootJoy dry. They call it the Dry Joy rain jacket, size large, regularly like $300,
Jesus.
$15.
Hell yeah.
One of the best finds I had.
Anytime Ryan finds anything, the obligatory question, will you be using it or slinging it?
I'll be slinging it for sure.
Okay.
I already have a rain jacket. What?
I could use one.
Well, I was
How
slinging
much
it.
you want to pay? Ryan's not giving you
Not
a
what
deal.
he's willing to pay.
I'll sell it to you for comps.
Yeah, no.
$150.
I think the comps are like they're only like $40.
We'll discuss it
used.
later.
Okay.
No,
that
do
sounds
it
good.
right now.
Go look it up then.
Give him an offer.
But what, like, when I see people, is it Stacked Golf on YouTube?
Stacked is the one that goes to like rummage sales and shit.
I can't. When I found that, my adrenaline was pumping. I'm like, this is a size large. It's like one of the most popular sizes. How has nobody snagged this yet? I cannot imagine what it would be like to roll up to a thrift store or a pawn shop or a garage sale and find like a left-handed Scotty
Oh my
Cameron putter.
God.
Because apparently left-handed putters go for way more. It's like a size 13 shoe and like something super popular. Like they just don't make that many of them.
Because lefties are weird and rare.
Yeah, they hit the ball. They hit the ball on the wrong side. I can't imagine what the adrenaline rush would be if I found something like that.
Me either. And I gotta know how long. Like, what is his hit rate?
It's a
Like,
good
how
question.
many rummage sales do you have to go to until you find something that's actually worth selling? Because I've been going to rummage sales all summer long, just hoping I hit on a golf club.
You're also in the wrong area though.
I know,
Yes.
but there's like
Yes.
I even went like one day. I'm like, I'm only going to the rich neighborhoods, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go to houses near golf courses, and it's like I haven't found anything good. Like the best I've found was a Sim 2 driver that was in really good shape, and it was
Interesting.
That's not bad.
Did you buy it?
No, because I wanted $5 for it. I'm like, I can get maybe 15. It's like a 5-year-old driver.
$5 for a Sim 2?
Yeah.
Tyler.
What are you?
Sell it for. Even if you sell it for 15, you're still flipping a profit.
Yeah, but
You're at least
that's 3
50
cans of
to
Velos,
100.
Tyler.
Really?
A Sim 2, yes.
For how much?
Probably 50 to 100. You could probably sell
Easily. 50 for sure.
I didn't think I could get it for that because I went to like Play It Again Sports deal and they're like selling it for $50. And I'm like, well, they would only buy it from me from like 15 because they mark it up.
Yeah.
I looked it up and Play It Again Sports was selling a Sim 2 for $50. And I'm like, it's just not worth it.
Interesting.
Like,
Dude,
I'm trying to find like the Scotty Cameron. I'm not
I
trying
know,
to.
I
I'm
know
not
you.
trying
I
to
am
make.
too.
I'm not trying to make $20. I'm trying to make 500.
I am too, dude. Hey, don't get me wrong. I am too.
A Sim 2 driver. It was a driver.
Mm-hmm.
What degree?
Mm.
What shaft?
Here's
Sure, it's
one. Here's one that's sold on eBay. Used 10.5 regular for 140.
Damn it. Damn it, dude.
250,
Damn.
173, 175.
The only thing
200.
that like the driver, the head was in pretty good shape. The grip was gross, which I don't think matters a ton. I mean, that's an $8 fix for somebody.
You get it for $4 on TikTok.
The lowest one that I've seen here is 115. That's like the lowest.
Okay, so I
for
got
it.
to start checking eBay then and not secondhand stores.
Correct. Along the same vein, I found this article again. Reddit Golf is a great spot. Thinking about that and reselling shit got me thinking about when I was reading this article. It was this couple and just residents in general. They're in LaSalle. Where is LaSalle at, Tyler?
Wisconsin?
LaSalle.
Like, are you talking? There's a LaSalle in Wisconsin,
Right.
but I'm sure there's more than one.
I'm not sure what LaSalle it is, but LaSalle residents and driving range owner locked in dispute over far flying golf balls. So what's happening in LaSalle on this driving range is that they must not have limited flight balls, or the driving range is too short to where this couple who lives at the end of the driving range has collected hundreds of driving range balls in their yard that have smashed their windows and dented their siding and
Jesus.
has gotten them to a point where they don't even feel safe like being outside doing yard work. So here's the photo. I'll send you guys the photo. We'll put it if we can put it in the episode. These are the golf balls that this guy has been collecting. We are in this is the prime market for this guy. If he can't win the court case or whatever that he should win, to start undercutting the driving range for buckets of range balls.
Of their own
range balls, because it's like, hey, then if you just pull into this guy's driveway before you hit the range, you grab a large bucket for $15 instead of 45.
So here's you're totally on the right mark, but I think there's one change you would need to make to this plan. He needs to collect all these range balls and then sell them to a different course. Because if he's just selling them back to this course, then his house is going to keep getting hit.
That is true.
But it just keeps coming back to his yard, and he just keeps. There's no.
I know
stock.
Yes,
but then the stock of the golf course that he now despises.
Yeah, he's fucking.
Is running out of golf balls, and then they have to bulk buy more range balls.
And then eventually they'll be like, well, if we don't put a net up to save this guy's house, we're gonna run out of golf balls. We're paying way too much in range balls right now.
Correct.
So he's got to get into a little bit of petty warfare. And then on the flip side, you bought a house next to a driving range, which is a whole nother level of people like, well, you bought a house next to a golf course. You know the risk. He bought a house next to the driving range.
I understand that, but also there shouldn't be that many golf balls that are flying into his yard and damaging his property.
I mean, I'm fully on this guy's side if they like redid the driving range after he had moved in and it's shorter now or something. But like that would be, if I'm looking at that house and I go in the backyard and be like, we're just the end of a driving range. I'm not buying that house.
Here's a question for you guys. No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even like at Osgood. Now, Osgood, you probably have to hit a 380 to 400 yard drive. And I'm sure that those balls are limited flight.
Because the range at Osgood is 300 to the back, and then you got to go over another tee box. It's 450 yards minimum to get to a house from the range
with range balls. So like that's there's no risk. You have more risk of the par 3 that you're hitting
for sure, yeah,
parallel with the house or the driving range,
or hooking one onto the fairway of 7.
Correct. Yep. So like that's obviously fine. But if let's say this driving range is, and I don't know the exact details. They don't go into like the dimensions of the driving range. But if it was like a 250 yard driving range and then his house is on the other side, it's like
his house is sitting at 280.
Yeah. There's
a lot of people that can hit at 280. There's like 10 that can hit at 400 or 450 with a limited flight ball.
Now, here's my next question. If you bring your own cart to a golf course, do they have to like inspect it or do they have to sign off on it?
I don't think so, because I saw a TikTok recently, some redneck dude going up to the course. He's like, hey, so I have a custom golf cart. What do I have to do for that? Do I have to sign anything? And they're like, nope. And then it cuts to like he built like a Volkswagen.
I saw that one.
Mud tires or something on it. Yeah, that's tough.
But they didn't check shit clearly. Otherwise, it wouldn't have got on.
Well, even if this guy just buys a standard golf cart, or even like the same golf cart that the golf course has, he could just be running a side business out of his house.
Mm-hmm.
He could buy like damaged or like dysfunctional golf carts, fix them up, and then just rent them out for cheaper than the golf course is charging their players.
So that's what he can use. So step 1, collect buckets of practice balls from the driving range, sell them to golfers on their way. Step 2, use that as seed money to start buying carts.
Yes.
So then you have a bunch of carts. People just park on the street next to your house. They rent a cart from you. You would tell them, like, hey, maybe if you want to grab a couple of practice balls, bring them back with you. And he just slowly undercuts the course until they put a net up.
Yes. So, I mean, what you do is say, hey, golf course is charging $28 per seat in the golf cart. I'll just give it to you for a flat fee of 2 people. No, because we don't like that.
$20.
$20, 1 fee. If it's one guy, it's $8 cheaper than it. Then you get from the course. Or 2 people, still $20. Split the cost, $10 piece.
I like it. I like it. This guy needs to start petty warfare.
And I only bring these things up because he has something to get back from the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build a shed.
What could he put there? that would just, God, I'm trying to think like he could put a billboard up
Does the golf course have
for like a different golf course.
Does the golf course have simulators for wintertime? Hey, build a shed and put one extra simulator and make the vibe better. And then you run it out of
Just
your house.
$1 lower than the course.
BYOB. Go about it that way. Plenty of opportunities.
So you guys don't feel a little bit at all like it's his fault for buying that house? Am I the only one that has that feeling? 'Cause I think it's worse to buy a house on a driving range than it is to buy a house on a course.
But there's obviously something. There's a design issue with the driving range. If he has 5-gallon buckets on 5-gallon buckets full of range balls that are coming into his yard.
Right. It's clearly not a big enough driving range, but he's got eyeballs, and apparently if he doesn't have common sense, then whatever. But if you walk into the backyard when you're touring that house, you have to see that it's too close. Or you're like, hey, this is a driving range really close to my house. There's got to be a little bit of an alarm going off in your head. There's going to be a lot of golf balls shot at my house.
Yeah, and the whole thing with the article is like the course had changed ownership, and once new ownership took over, that's when the golf balls started flying in. So I don't know what happened where it went from being a non-issue to now an issue. I don't know what happened in between there.
Definitely had to be some sort of driving range change then. And if that's the case, I'm on his side. If he bought that house knowing full well that it was the end zone of a driving range, I think it's on him.
But I feel like most driving ranges have like nets to some degree.
Right.
Like at Rose Creek, they have it in the back in case you go over. Edgewood, it's all completely. Osgood's opening up, whereas like you're not going to hit anything really.
Right. So with common sense, I would look at that house and be like, cool, there's a net. I can buy this house. There's no net. I'm not buying this house.
What if he just built his own net?
He could do that, but it's probably expensive.
Well, he only needs whatever sheet for his place.
And he would have to put it on his property too. So it's like, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want a net? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I give him about, if he bought the house knowing full well it was next to the range and he just bought it anyway, 65% of the blame's on him.
We'll never know unless we dig into the article. I haven't fully scraped it yet.
Yeah, we got to do our own research.
I have a tough time just sitting down and reading an entire article that's just like, here's a quote from the course, and here's a quote from the home. Like it's
just bad local journalism.
Tough read. So yeah, you guys want to take a quick break? I got another article I want to come back to.
Ooh, Studious Ryan.
It's a more so of like, what do you guys think about this take? I think you'll like it. It did infuriate me a little bit with some of the topic points, but we're going to get into that after the break. All right, guys, we're back. We got to do a quick run through of this article, Tyler. This is...
you told me the title during the break, and my skin's already crawling.
It's half insanity. It's half obvious and half insanity. Slow news day. But we're going to do it anyways. And I want to see what you guys think about this article from Business Insider that is 10 things you should never do at a golf course, according to PGA pros and employees. Not according to us. This is from an article. I want to be able to comment on some of these for how atrocious they are. Okay. Here's the first thing you should never do at a golf course, according to PGA pros and employees, not according to us. Don't waste your time watching shots if you want to keep things moving.
What? How are we supposed to know where our ball went?
Yeah, I don't hit the fairway every freaking time.
So this Justin Johnson, a PGA golf instructor, told Business Insider that he doesn't like when golfers waste time watching other players' shots land. And pretty much like in order to keep pace of play, like that's why you should play ready golf, is so that you can get up to your ball, get your pre-shot routine going and finish by the time that player has hit their ball, or but by the time that player's shot has landed.
If he's saying that like we shouldn't do like proper shot etiquette and wait individually for each person to hit their shot. I agree with that. But the whole not watching, like if I'm with you, I'm going to watch where your shot goes to help you find your ball.
It's absolute insanity that how are you supposed to get the vibes up in your group if your buddy sticks one from 150 out 3 feet from the pin and your head's down trying to get your next shot lined up?
I mean, like,
What
are we
fun is
supposed
that?
to like all line up on our balls and be like, Ryan hits, I hit, Noah hits, Trevor hits?
Also, like, how much time does that actually end up saving?
He says
minuscule.
He says that keeping things moving can save about 30 minutes a game.
No fucking
Don't believe
chance.
that.
Maybe he might be right if quite literally we all go to our balls individually and we let the guy, you guys all outdrive me, right? But you're off to the side. You're completely out of my way. If you guys were to sit and wait for me to hit, then he's right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what he's meaning here.
In an
It's not.
absolute
It's not.
perfect world, it saves you 30 minutes, but
Because
no
here-
round is perfect.
And this is quote unquote. Instead, they should be playing ready golf, meaning standing at their ball quietly without distraction, preparing for their next shot while their partner is hitting. As soon as their partner's shot lands, they should be hitting their shot in the next 20 seconds. Okay, so how are you supposed to start the 20-second timer if you're not watching where your partner's ball goes and you don't see when it lands?
Not a fan of this guy.
It's to me, that's an insane take. It kills the vibes because you can't get pumped for your buddy when they hit a shot, and then it also is just like
And
Are
it's
we- are we-
also just wrong. It's not going to save you 30 minutes.
it's not going to save you 30 minutes.
It might save like really, really good guys 30 minutes if like all their shots are in the fairway and they can give it next to their ball. Cause like it's just not how we golf.
The next point of etiquette that shouldn't be broken, according to PGA pros and employees, not
Yes.
us,
Important to know.
don't break the dress code. It exists for a reason.
And what reason is that?
This director of instruction at this golf course says you should always pay attention to a golf course's dress code. Wearing things like jeans, tank tops, and backward hats can be seen as disrespectful. Which I understand it to a point, but let's go back to the Green Bay Country Club backwards hat fiasco that we had.
The whole thing that pisses me off about this is that they're there for a reason. What's the fucking reason other than that you're pretentious?
You're just
There isn't a reason.
You're
It's
outside.
yeah.
Who cares? As long as you're clothed, it doesn't matter.
Right. Like if your shirt's off and you're doing dumb shit, like I get it.
It also matters like what course you're at too. If you're rolling up to
sure.
the country club, you're obviously not going to wear a tank top and jeans. But if you're at Leonard Country Club, which is a public country club, privately owned, then I think it's probably fine. Backwards hats, no one's going to say a thing.
But still, it shouldn't matter. As long as you're respecting the course,
right.
it doesn't matter what you wear.
It's just an outdated rule.
Yeah.
You guys seen that? Have you guys seen that golfer on TikTok? His name's Chance Taylor, I believe.
Yep.
He's kind of like he's a Tennessee, like super deep Southern accent. Have you seen some of the stuff that he wears?
He wears
like,
cut off jean shorts and like just cut off shirts.
and like flamboyant bandanas.
Uh-huh.
And he's a plus something
He's a
handicap.
stick.
Yeah.
He's insane.
Quote unquote from this gal, golf has always been a game about class and integrity. So it's best to wear proper attire like a collared shirt with golf shorts or skirt.
Finally start wearing.
Skirt. I was gonna say, so you can, so I can wear a collared golf shirt and a skirt.
Yep.
No one's gonna say anything.
You better not wear a fucking cutoff though.
To me, I think the take is fine, but I also think it's a little bit insane.
I don't like the snootiness of it all.
I don't know.
I
That's what we're
will-
trying to get away from.
I will wear the collared shirt and the golf shorts.
Yeah.
I just don't like being forced to.
Correct.
I wear it because I like it. It makes me feel good. Not because you fucking say I have to.
All right, the next point: forgetting to repair your marks on the green is bad etiquette. I agree with
Yep.
For sure.
100%.
Check.
That's
Yep.
I like it. For me, when I hit a green, so I'm probably fixing like 2 or 3 ball marks per round. I'll probably fix 1 or 2 other ones. Like while if I'm waiting for a buddy to chip from off the green or something, I'll like yeah, we'll go fix 2 or 3 more.
Mhm.
It's also just kind of fun.
Yep.
Once
It's a flex. If you hit the green and you just like, hey guys, this
Divot.
is me right here. right
pitch
next to
mark,
the fucking hole.
is it a pitch mark fixer now, or
Yeah,
is it still a
it's-
divot
yeah,
fixer?
I don't know. Ask the internet. They'll tell us.
Okay.
I'll be wrong.
Putting your golf bag on the green is frowned upon.
Yeah, agreed.
I also
Yep.
agree with that
Yep.
one. If you have like the stand on your bag, like it's going to essentially leave a pitch mark on the green.
yeah,
I
it's just like
understand that.
also unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Put
hey,
it on the fringe, dude.
put it on the fringe or the rough, or like put it in between the
You and the
green and the
path.
next hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never dangle your foot outside the golf cart.
Okay, I get this one. I get it. Because I saw a video of a guy whose foot did get caught dangling and it ripped him out of the fucking cart. But it's so
Really?
satisfying. So basically, the guy, it was a video from like a dude that wasn't in the cart with them. And he was just videotaping his buddies driving down the fairway past him. I think he was being like, look how much further my ball is, type of deal. And the guy had his foot, the driver had his foot dangling, and he was just kicking it. And he kicks back and his toes catch. And it just pulled him out of the cart.
So I'm assuming his heel got caught underneath the cart.
I don't know. I think it looked like his foot just got caught like this, like toes down. And then it pulled his leg down and it ripped him out of the cart and he jerked the steering wheel. So then the cart like went up on 2 wheels and he just ate shit and tumbled. They were cruising. So I get it, but I'm not going to stop. Be a fucking athlete. Don't fall.
Yeah, I'm also just gonna I'll take liability if something did happen. I mean, I feel like I've gotten pretty good at dangling my foot out the side of the cart.
Weird flex.
I'll take Yeah, thank you. I'll take liability if something did happen. But like, if you're not dangling your foot outside the cart, are you actually living?
No,
Right.
no,
It's
dude.
kind of
It's freeing.
It's kind of in the same realm of like, don't speed. You know, it's like, I know I'm not supposed to drive fast on the interstate, but I do anyways.
It is
like-
dangerous,
Yeah, it's dangerous.
but not that dangerous.
I know the risks. I know I can get into an accident, but I'm still going to do
right.
it.
Like dangling your cart or your foot out of the cart while you're driving is like driving 5 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Exactly.
Should you be doing it? Technically, no. Is it a big deal? Not at all. But if you're to be driving like 30 over the speed limit, that's like you hanging out of the cart completely
Yes.
with your foot on the gas pedal.
Yeah, no, 100%. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think dangling like a solid foot dangle outside the cart while you're driving is better than popping up through the sunroof on a limousine.
For sure. Especially if you're grazing the grass just at the right level. So it's just, you're like just skimming the top of it.
I'm a kicker too. I'm like, I'll go like, not to make like the cart go fast. I'm just like a nice relaxed back and forth with the foot.
Like your legs hanging over the edge of the dock.
And then when my foot comes back, I'll let it catch the grass, so it kind of like catapults it back. Could be dangerous, but again, if you ain't dangling your foot out the cart, you ain't living.
Mm-mm.
What a nice stress reliever between 2 shitty shots too. You know?
Oh, for sure. All right, the next one is avoid playing music too loud or at all.
I agree with too loud. For sure.
I agree with too loud as well. The second portion of that, or at all, I'm out on that.
I used to be a at all guy. I've told you guys I've changed my tune.
You converted.
I've grown. I'm a music on the course guy. But if it's too, I don't want to hear it when I'm teeing off. So like I have it just loud enough to hear in my cart while I'm chilling in my cart. But when I go to the green, like maybe I can hear it faintly. Or if I go to the tee box, I can hear it faintly. I don't like it loud.
I agree. Here's why I think this point is insanity. This person told Business Insider that it might be tempting to bring a Bluetooth speaker out on the course for a fun day, but Johnson, the guy who said it, advised against it. So you're saying it might be tempting to bring the speaker out for a fun day, but I advise against it. So you're advising me against. So you acknowledge that
It's fun.
it contributes to a fun day, but you're advising me against it.
Doesn't want golf to be fun.
Now, he also followed that in saying, in a business setting, the wrong song could destroy a relationship or even a deal. Keeping your volume to a level that doesn't distract or offend your playing partners, but you can still enjoy, is best. So he's saying like keep it at a low volume, but
What?
here's the chance that it could ruin a relationship or a business deal.
What could you possibly play on a golf course like what that fits the vibe of a golf course that could offend people? Are you gonna? Nobody's playing Fellas in Paris
Yeah.
on the golf course.
Yeah.
Well,
also it's like you're going with your group of probably your friends that you know. I think nobody's gonna get like mad at you for playing a song.
Right.
I
it's
think I know
always-
my friends' tastes.
It's
of
always like
music.
a respect thing too, where it's like if I ever bring a speaker, I'll always ask the group I'm with.
What's the vibe today,
Are-
guys?
yeah, and like,
Yep.
are we okay with this?
Mhm.
And no one's ever said no. And I always turn it down at the tee box.
Mhm.
If there's a group hitting a shot in our fairway or where you go to a different fairway, it's
Yep.
off.
Yep.
It's I don't know. It's common courtesy and like common sense, just
Yeah.
use it.
Also a psychotic move if you're golfing trying to close a business deal and you're playing music. Period.
That's true.
You're
No, I agree.
you're supposed to be chatting about the deal.
I agree. 100%.
That's definitely more of an uptight round than it would be playing with.
So like you're
three
not
good
going to lose a
buddies.
business deal because you're just not going to be playing music. That's insane. No one
Yeah.
would ever even do that. So it didn't need to be said.
You're not going
Yeah.
to lose a relationship because they think you know their taste of music.
Right.
Imagine Trevor, you just throw on a song and I'm just like,
I'm walking out.
Never talk to me
I'm
again.
fucking out of here.
golfing
Get out of
with you
here.
again.
Yeah, honey.
The vibe was not 90s grunge. You fucking idiot.
Jim's freaking speaker is too loud. I said, deals off, Jim. Don't ever fucking call me again.
Maybe if you're 70,
No one's
what
doing
the-
that. All right. The next golf etiquette point is whatever you do, don't drive into native grass off the green. I understand that. Like
Yeah,
native
you-
grass meaning like the high fescue, whatever. A lot
Yeah.
of times, like the court, like the courses are trying to preserve that stuff.
Yep.
Like it's nice. It contributes to wildlife, all that type of stuff. I understand that one. Now, foot traffic is fine.
Yeah, we got to find our ball. We're for sure in that.
We got to find our ball, and we have to find others too to stack our bag up.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I agree with that.
that one's good. Let's see. Oh God. Never destroy the greens, or you will not be welcomed back.
Correct.
For sure.
Obvi-
Yep.
Didn't need to be
that's,
said.
again, that is
yes,
a,
that's
Common sense.
Mhm.
It's crazy how
Yeah.
like far one way these things are and then far how far
Right.
the other. It's like,
I
hey,
know,
some
I
of
know.
these respect the course. It's like, yeah, no shit. And then it's like,
Yeah.
don't have fun.
yeah,
Whoa,
that's,
whoa,
that's
whoa.
why like half the article
Quit
is
watching your buddies.
like okay, it's half the article is the obvious, and the other half is insanity.
Yeah.
All right, the next point is arriving late for your tea time disrupts the whole day.
I agree.
I agree
Yep.
with that one.
Here, here. Everyone take note. I actually, when we played Mapleton the other day, I lied to everybody in the group. I told them our tea time was 15 minutes earlier than it was. And everyone except Ryan was on time, but he forgot his shoes. So he would have been on time.
What time was it actually at?
Our tea time was at 7:20.
I got into the parking lot at 7:09. Because I remember looking
You're
at the
right,
clock, I'm
you're
like
right.
1
Yep.
minute to spare. And the only reason for that was because I forgot my golf shoes. Tyler forgot his. So I went back to get both of us a pair of shoes and 2 push carts.
Yeah, so that's the move. If you are the organizer, lie to your friends. Tell them that their tea time is 15 minutes earlier than it actually is, and everyone will show up on time. I did that when I played Village Green with the most ragtag group ever. And I actually didn't lie to 2 of them. I just lied to Jade. I told Jade it was 20 minutes earlier than it actually was, and he rolled in right on time.
Really?
What the
That's a
fuck?
classic. Like right on time of
The lie, or like of the actual tea time. So he would have been 20 minutes late.
damn.
Jesus.
You missed
Maybe he's caught on to you.
No. But yeah, that's the move. If you're the organizer, lie to your group so they show up on time.
Okay, the last point in golf etiquette is avoid letting your frustration get the best of you. Now, this person says avoid letting frustration take control. Throwing clubs and cursing not only disrupts your game but also affects others' enjoyment.
Agreed. 100%.
And I think that's a pretty good take. I think it is okay to get frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
but also you need to learn how to hide it a little bit
Control your emotions.
Yeah.
because it's a vibe killer for sure.
We've talked about like back in the day when we'd golf with Miles and he'd be upset. It's like you didn't want to do good because it would be like pissing him off.
Yeah.
It was just awkward. No one was talking.
Yeah.
Like,
You're exactly right. You didn't want to play good because then you wanted to like be mad with him. So it didn't cause any sort of tension.
yeah, it's like, well, maybe if I hit a bad shot, he'll get happier. I don't know.
Correct.
It absolutely sucks the wind out of your sails
Big time.
if somebody's being a spaz in your group. So just don't be that guy.
Especially when someone's being a spaz when they golf like 3 times a year. You have no right to be a spaz. Okay. Not calling your wife a spaz.
Oh no, she is.
But when Becca plays what, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah,
a
we were
summer?
gonna play this weekend. Didn't happen. But anyway,
Why not?
With kids, didn't have time. Couldn't
Or
get the babysitter long enough.
Or you were just like, I'm having a great day so far.
I'd have been like, no. I was like, shit.
Shit.
Wanted to go with these so bad.
Fuck.
Oh, next time we'll get them next year, honey.
Oh, let's go, dude.
No,
So yeah, kind of crazy. Some of the shit that they were putting in there. You also like you see where it's coming from. I get it, but
I think my least favorite guy on that list was Johnson. He was the one that was just like, "Don't you dare have fucking fun out there,
Johnson.
Johnson."
It looks like a big hairy Johnson. Austin Powers.
He wouldn't get it. He wouldn't get it.
No, he's
Never seen Austin Powers?
Not a single
Nope.
one.
Wow.
It's one of the greatest movies. It's right behind Happy Gilmore.
Really?
Austin Powers original.
Unreal.
They're up there.
I'll think
They're
about
good.
watching
Yeah, they're
it.
classics.
No,
You guys got anything else?
no, that's it.
You
my
guys,
guy.
anyone got? You guys got any stories from last weekend?
I did the Hot Ones challenge last weekend.
How was that? We did that on a stream one time.
I wasn't there. If you did,
I did
Chris.
one on a stream one time.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be way worse, but I made it all the way through, and then next day just kind of sucked for a couple times.
Yeah, your ass burns.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
But
I did not love it. I'm not a huge spice guy.
same.
So
I'm a sweet barbecue.
it was really like the big thing. It wasn't necessarily the heat, but the heartburn and like the stomach indigestion
Mhm.
just sucked.
Yep.
How many are there?
There's 10. It starts at Buffalo and goes all the way to, I think ours was Pepper X,
Yeah.
which is like 2 million Scoville.
Scovilles?
Oh,
Scovilles.
yeah. So I've done the hot one challenge. That wasn't the stream. The one I did on the stream was the chip, the one chip.
Oh
challenge.
yeah, I did
that's
the one chip
terrible.
challenge too. That
Yeah.
sucked.
I just get those two mixed up because they're essentially the same fucking
Yep.
challenge.
That would actually be a miserable challenge to do
One
the hot
chip it
ones
on the
challenge.
course.
Do the hot ones challenge like one flavor for every hole in 9 holes. And you do
Or-
the first one before you tee off.
Or you do
In a
every
parking
time
lot.
you like bogey or double bogey, you have to do one and you keep going as you get more bogeys.
So it's the same exact thing as Ryan just said.
but
every
no,
single
but if
hole.
you par or birdie,
No, what-
you don't
what-
have
what
to.
I
he's
know,
saying
but I'm
is he's
saying
gonna
I would
bogey or
have one
double
every single hole.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. A bogey, Trevor?
Okay,
I'm
double.
so excited about those.
Let's go double. Yeah, we celebrate bogeys around here.
A double, and you start one. And you, if it's a train, you skip. So if you do back-to-back bogeys, you skip 2 and you go to 3.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I still have the sauce.
I'm out.
That screams Tyler throwing up on the course.
Sure does. That screams Tyler shitting his pants on the course.
No,
Yeah, he's
it
gonna be
waits a
throwing
while.
up out of the other end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is what
That screams
happening.
Tyler fucking waddling to the closest bathroom or bush.
Kind of worse. You can throw up.
Oh yeah,
You can-
that's so much
yeah.
worse.
Well, I just mean like having the urge to either throw up or
Dude, and you have to
Shit.
you have to like
You gotta find-
you have to hand spread your cheeks because you got no teepee, or you're gonna just sacrifice a golf towel.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not
wait.
spreading. I'm throwing my
Wait.
golf towel away.
you could just hand spread and get away with not wiping. Is that a thing?
I mean, it's better than the alternative.
For sure.
You got I no. What the fuck?
Yes.
They should add that number 11 on the list. Avoid shitting on the course.
Oh my
Please
God.
get to a bathroom if possible. I agree. Agreed. Club Pro
Hand
Justin
spread.
Johnson says that you should hand spread in the bushes if you can't make it to the bathroom. That way, you won't have shit on your cheeks as you play the rest of the round.
Oh God. God.
This will also save time and make the round about 30 minutes faster if you don't have to wipe your ass.
Or go to the nearest restroom.
saving your group time from running to the restroom.
If
Spread
there's
your cheeks.
if there like I think because a classic dad move is to always have a roll of toilet paper in your vehicle.
I don't have toilet paper, but I have an absurd amount of gas station napkins.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's someone out there listening and that carries a toilet paper roll in their golf bag, you gotta let us know. You gotta let us know. And you have to let us know if it's your own roll of TP from your house or if you just took one from the course.
And if it's ever been used before.
Yes, correct.
Club Pro Justin Johnson says, to improve pace of play, just wear a diaper and shit your pants in the course. Golf is no sport that has time for bathroom breaks.
This is written. Yeah, some of those articles were written by someone. Yeah, written by AI. That's what that sounded like. Shit yourself.
It was Justin Johnson. Justin was spelled with an A-N too.
I hate that.
Oh, was it?
Just tan.
Just tan.
Just hang.
Sick. Just tan.
So anyway, we'll leave you guys with that. We'll be back next week with episode 205.
205 next week.
Uh,
Probably talk a little Creator Classic is going on today, Wednesday, when this is being recorded.
Nice.
It's interesting to see how that goes. That's all we got. Labor Day this weekend. It's gonna
Hell
be.
yeah. See you boys Tuesday.
I think it's like I think it's like the 4th of July Junior when it comes to because when it comes to like destination tee times, like if the destination is the lake's gonna be tee time's gonna be packed.
I've got my annual 12-person tea time at Foston this weekend.
You're playing.
Damn.
You have a 12 some.
There's no tea times. We just anyone that wants to go goes, and we all play on the same hole because there's never anyone on that course. Remember, I have video of it. Remember my buddy that had his broken leg, Twiggy. There was 8 of us on the tee box in that round. We didn't not a single pace of play issue because there was 0 people there.
What day and time?
It'd probably be Saturday around 11 because there's no tee times to this course.
Are you just?
They don't have a website. You just show up.
Are you just going to Foston?
I'm just gonna go behind them and just
Honestly,
yell, "Pace of play!"
No. If you go behind us, we'll just absorb you into our group.
Damn it! Never mind.
nothing better than a course that's behind the times.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
It's a great course.
It's like behind the time, like you
No.
either get that type of thing that hasn't adapted to like scheduling tee times online.
It doesn't need to.
Or you
Right.
get like the behind the times in terms of like you better fucking wear a collared shirt, a forwards hat, and $100 golf shorts, or you're out of here.
Or skirt.
Or a skirt.
Mhm.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.